Welcome to my show. This is my third episode, and today we'll talk about a silent artist, but very talented. I know her for almost 30 years, and she's silently and talent artist. She paint, she lots of craft work, and here we are today to introduce Mrs. Mandy Collins. Welcome, Mandy. How are you?
Good, thank you. Thank you for asking me to do this for you.
Yes, and we really amazed about your artwork and dedication about art, and use too much, like all this work is done by hand, handmade quilt, bags, and she used to paint as well. This is one of her painting, and I have some painting at home, and even I carry this bag. Many years ago, Mandy gave to my wife this handmade bag, and we use it because it got some sentimental value for it. And Mandy attended lots of craft classes, and she makes her own gift for during Christmas time, and for anybody she give a present, she always make by herself. And during the COVID period, she started making masks. Can you show the see this kind of mask?
This one, and you tie
It's
it.
all handmade mask and
then-
various masks.
And this one's got to have some ties to tie it to your ears. So, and lots of the ladies in America and overseas were all making these masks to help the nurses and the doctors in the hospitals. So, I thought, well, I'll have a go and try myself.
Yeah, and this work takes hours and hours of physical labor. And okay, now I would like to ask you, I know that you attended lots of classes. Mm-hmm. So what inspired you to start, and when did you start your arts work?
Well, really, at school, when I was at high school, I had a friend show me how to crochet. And I've always been interested in craft. When the kids were little, I did a lot of things at home and sold a few things to friends. I just like doing things with my hands. When I first moved into the house, I liked to grow plants. I had lots of plants I used to grow. I just discovered succulents, so I've been buying succulents and cactuses, and I've got them outside now.
Yeah.
Whether they will survive in the cold winters,
Mm-hmm.
be another thing, and next summer, because it is very hot here.
Yeah.
So I'm
last summer was
hoping that they'll be
very
okay.
hot. Yeah.
But I've always been interested in plants and
Yeah, you
doing
love
craft.
you like craft and paint and this
And I
patchwork.
needed a lot of babies' clothes for
Yeah.
cousins and that when they were babies.
You still
before I
make
had
for
my boys, yeah.
I remember you gave us one of these kind of things, and we still use it.
Yeah.
It's especially in winter. It's very handy. And so you still attend the classes?
No.
So
no.
why don't you start the classes? Because lots of people are interested. You got lots of tons of experience in your life with the artwork. You should expose it.
I was, when we were at my local craft group on a Wednesday, I used to help, my friend and I used to teach. But then I've found friends online, and a lot of them are doing a lot of the same things that I'm doing. So I've got virtual friends now.
Yeah, these days, you don't need a place to, everything virtual, YouTube and things. You should start how to begin with this, your artwork, and you'll have lots of followers. And by the way, you can sell your product through that, because these days everything electronic, eBay and things, you should make it commercialized with all these things.
But, a lot of people won't pay. Like, a lot of people have tried to sell items online, and they've asked other people on these Facebook groups, the knitting groups or the quilting groups, well, how much would you sell this for? And if you overprice it, people will not buy it.
Yeah, I understand that, but sometimes you have to be commercialized. You have to reduce the cost. I know you use very good material, and you can't compromise. But sometimes if you want to really make money and things, you have to have a flexibility there.
Yeah.
And what kind of book do you recommend for people?
Well, these books, I'm into doll quilts, which you can see over here on the wall. And these are just books of historical doll quilts.
Okay.
And people, and so that's one. This one lady has some beautiful quilts that she uses hexagons in all different shapes, which is a lot of handwork. And these are just ladies, American, and that publish that I'm into at the moment. And these are all little doll quilts. They're all, see, little doll quilts.
Beautiful.
And this is, I love Civil War fabrics.
Wow, yes. Wow.
Which
Civil War.
are very, like these.
So, yeah, this all Mandy made by herself.
This is fussy cutting. You fussy cut the material. So that and this book was there was actually a show, and all these quilts.
1800 to 1950.
These are all quilts that
It's that old.
are in Australia.
Yeah, 1800 says.
Yeah. There's and one of these quilts. This one, convict quilts. So they're convict quilts, and one of them was displayed at Parramatta
Oh,
in a show that I went to.
okay.
Yeah. And this is a lady who's a historian in Australia, and she's studied all the Australian quilts here. And there's a whole book, and some have got patterns and some haven't. But there's one particular quilt that friends and I went and saw, if I can find it. I should have had it marked, shouldn't I?
Mandy should conduct some kind of art exhibition, so make people to come and see it, then promote her artwork.
This quilt was actually in the museum at Borkham Hills.
Borkham Mills.
Yeah, I was a particular lady was there, and she had a talk about all the war quilts. Plus, she had this one on display on a table in the workroom.
Okay.
And it was, couldn't touch it, but it was absolutely beautiful, and it was made. And there's all the information in this book about it.
Yes, because what we want to promote 5 News and myself want to promote people like our Australian artists. We are very shy to publish themselves. We want to bring them out, and I recommend you should conduct an exhibition. We can help if you are interested, and you can sell many things on that day. And you got lots of plants, and you got lots of paintings. This is one of their paintings. So many things we want to make you famous.
Little needle cases that we make.
Needle case. Can I open one of them?
Well, this one's probably
Yeah,
better.
you can open and show.
And it just has all your pins and your
Wow, it's very clever.
So that. And I've got one other thing I want to show you. Hexagons, different size hexagons you can work with.
Wow, it's so tiny, and it makes lots of effort to make that.
There's lots of things you can do, and a lot of things in different techniques and different ways. You can use a sewing machine, you can use just your hand stitching, or you can use papers like these have got.
Okay, so that's what we want to share your knowledge with other new generation. So you have to
find someone that's interested.
Yeah, so that is why we saying that you have to expose yourself. Exposure we need. So that is one thing we wanted the 5 News to give an exposure for your artwork and your person. And one day maybe you have your own book written by lots of
but
photos.
You have to have your own design.
Yeah, you got all the skills.
These are all other people's designs.
Yeah, but you can just you got lots of skill, and the only thing you have to do it.
Yep.
Thank you, Neil and Mandy, and all the best for the future. And we expect that one day you will be more famous, and you will conduct an exhibition, and you will make your own book, and you will have lots of followers and students. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.